This episode of Tell 'em Steve Dave was brought to you by the good people at Audible.
A walrus saved your life? Why are you doing this?
Are you really mourning your humanity? I don't understand. Who in the hell would want to be human?
From writer, director, and podcaster Kevin Smith.
I'm so scared. This guy wants to turn me into an animal or something.
This autumn.
I don't want to die in Canada.
Tusk.
Hey, it's your old buddy Bry here to tell you about audiblepodcast.com/TESD, where you're going to get a free audiobook and a 30-day trial by signing up. And they have all kinds of stuff. 150,000 titles, every genre, pretty much anything you're looking for. Because really, this is what I do. I put on, big Bose noise-canceling headphones, put on my audiobook, and it tells the world, fuck off. You're less interesting than what I'm listening to. Step off, as the kids say. Kids still saying that? Step off? Go check it out. audiblepodcast.com/TESD. Again, something kind of cool that if you don't like it, you can cancel. Trust me. I listen to all kinds of stuff. I got coal from there. We can remember it for you wholesale. Hughes. About Howard Hughes, the private memos and letters. Roughing It. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Island at the Center of the World, Shark Trouble, Devil's Teeth, The Sociopath Next Door. I'm telling you, the titles are endless. I got tons. There's more books than you would ever need to ignore people for the rest of your life. audiblepodcast.com/TESD.
You're saying Pakistanis are scum?
Saying pretty much Pakistanis are scum. I wanted to knife her.
This is Pepe.
Tell him, Steve Dave.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Tell 'em Steve Dave. Now, I didn't even actually ask, but I do assume you guys did Tell 'em Steve Dave last week?
We did.
How'd it go?
It was rough.
Go well?
Was
rough.
I
cursed a lot?
I don't think anybody cursed your name, as I recall. Said some things that may not have been flattering.
Like complimentary? Yeah, I can handle
Not many compliments for throwing.
No, I'm assuming no compliments. Yeah, something very.
It was a kind of we didn't really talk about you all that much.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of got off the subject of you not showing up at the last minute.
They talked more about me on the Ming and Sam show.
Yeah, probably.
But even the rest of the content wasn't real high energy. It was kind of dour.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, so I felt, I don't know. I thought it wouldn't do us all that much to release it. It was just kind of a bummer.
Oh, so it was no show last week?
No.
Oh, wow.
But we did get
lost
something.
Show.
Well, we didn't. It's not lost forever. We'll release it soon.
We'll be selling it. Actually.
But something came out of it that the only thing I was bummed about not having it go out. There was only one thing that was revealed, and I was kind of bummed. And I was like, "Damn, I'm conflicted." Was Ming was in there last week too, and he revealed to Q that a relationship of his is maybe getting stale.
If you had to ditch either Zen Librarian or Mike, who would you ditch?
Oh, these are hard questions already.
Is that the hard question? You know, I love Mike.
Easy. Starting off now with a good attitude.
He's starting off. Wait, so you're answering the question with I like Mike, but
no, but Mike, me and Mike were kind of thrown together as it started as a joke from you, like you and Mike should do it. And we did it.
Yeah, it was the worst
successful.
joke. What's that?
Cruel joke?
The cruelest joke that God ever played. What was that? How's that go? About, the best joke God ever, or the devil ever.
Oh no, the best trick the devil had is convincing humanity he doesn't exist.
Yes.
I don't see how that applies here.
I think that's on the same level. Me suggesting Mike and Ming.
Wow.
So you're saying that if it came down to like you had to choose one, you only had one pod. Like Kevin Smith comes to you and says, "I only have enough tetrabytes for one podcast out of you." Who are you picking?
Oh, that's a tough decision. This is like Solomon.
Is this a Scarlet Letter?
It seemed like the answer was on the tip of your tongue, and now you're back.
Is this Sophie's choice?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I wasn't picking one or the other. I'm just saying, I've worked with Mike. We
for a long time now. You've been partners for a couple years.
Years.
You think you've gotten enough out of the toothpaste tube that you could squeeze out?
No, it's a big tube.
There's still some left.
It's a big tube of toothpaste. I'm just saying that that tube of toothpaste was born in the same pharmacy, as a secret stash.
Right.
It's okay to go to another pharmacy to get your toothpaste as well. And,
sure.
Yeah, I'm just saying. The other one I do, I got to choose.
That's the one you want to.
You're much more high energy on the other one, aren't you?
I think I might be. I might be. It's
time to switch toothpaste.
Why do you think that is?
Fresh, something new.
I don't know. I think it's different when you podcast with a female. I think it's different. It's just different.
Pheromones?
Different. Maybe, perhaps, it could be
something in the air.
It could. It's pheromones.
Right. Wow.
It's possible. I mean, me and Mike worked together before we became friends.
Right.
And Samantha and I are friends before we started podcasting. So it's a little different.
The dynamic is different.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, it's obvious.
Fresher?
I don't know about fresher. It's different.
Different take. Different view.
I mean, how can you say you don't know about fresher when I ask you, you're more energetic, and you're like, oh yeah, definitely. So I mean, more energetic would mean fresher, right? So I mean, you can make the argument that's the same word.
Not necessarily.
Fresher or energized.
You're
going.
He could listen.
Oh, you don't think he's going to hear about it on Twitter?
He might.
Mike's done.
All right. So what'd you think of that?
There was some big bombs dropped.
I don't know if that's big bombs. I think you guys are extrapolating a little.
Oh, come on! You admitted it so fast. You're like, yeah, there's not a lot of energy there anymore.
Didn't you say if you had to give up either I Sell Comics or the S&M show, you would give up I Sell Comics?
I hesitated.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, my first inclination was like, if he admits that his marriage is going stale on a fucking podcast, he deserves to be fucking thrown and quartered.
That's what you jumped to?
No. That's why
I
said.
did.
No,
you did. That's all right. That's okay. That's all right.
I 100% did not.
You knew it was about Mike?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, that's
Come
on Sage's eyes. I would, on her eyes, dude. I would never assume that you would be like, yeah, I'm getting tired of my marriage on a podcast. Even you're not that fucked up.
And not on his own podcast.
Yeah, really, yeah. If you're going to drop it anywhere.
Come on.
I wasn't I knew it wouldn't be with the librarian. But
if
you were to say, like, hey, guess, I probably would have guessed Mike. Yeah. I mean, I have no reason to lie.
You can count on Ming now. He doesn't skirt the issue. He came out flat out and said, it's a little flat right now.
And were there any ideas about pumping some energy? We have a full house, by the way. Ming's here and Sunday Jeff is here. I don't think we told anyone, just in case you're wondering who that other voice is.
Background voices.
Yeah. Because you don't know if it's Droopy that dropped by.
You don't know who it is.
Or Dollar Shave that dropped by. You don't know.
And you promised me today you'd reveal a new character voice that you do. Popeye, right? Can we do a quick Popeye real quick?
Yeah. This is Popeye.
That's good. It's like Robert Williams was in the room, man.
I wouldn't mind hearing dueling Droopies either.
Yeah, today before the end. That's what. Let's say that for the end, though. Keep them hooked.
Yeah,
we'll have a dueling Droopy.
Blow me down.
That's good, dude.
It's excellent, but maybe you got a little competition at the other end of the table. Somebody else does a mean Droopy.
Yeah, I got to kill a Droopy dog.
We got to wait to the end. You're right about that.
But going back though, like he did it. He came out and flat out admitted, like he didn't be like, oh, not a chance.
Right.
It's still as fresh as
everything's
it ever was.
great. Everything's great.
Everything is great.
The energy level is just not there as it used to be.
Right. What would you attribute that to? What's happened in this relationship?
I don't think it's gone flat. As I explained last time, no one heard it, but
Mike, they just did hear it.
Mike and I worked together first, And then we were asked to pod together.
Let's just go on record as saying it's been flat since the beginning.
So says you. So says you. We're still going strong. Hey, man, we're more fucking consistent than you guys are.
I love now we're more consistent than you. It used to be non.
You got more episodes than us out?
I think if you added them up, I think we might.
With this morning? Or just I Saw Comics?
No, with this morning. I would count both.
But you don't. You guys, if we potted 2 times a week, you don't think that. I mean, that plays a factor into it. It's not like we take off so much that you caught up to us with your single pod.
Yeah, but I would count both of them.
And you fucking missed a whole shitload of mornings, as I recall. I got an email going like, "What happened this mornings?"
Did Ming die?
It's there. They're there.
Come on, you missed a whole bunch, didn't you?
I may have missed 2 or 3. Yeah.
So don't tout your consistent one so much.
Come on.
You got a little annoyed at that consistency remark.
Come on.
What?
Come on. You got to say you're as consistent. Come on.
No.
I would say we're pretty consistent.
We're fairly consistent.
Yeah.
How many episodes? We're now into September. If we've missed 4 episodes tops, I would say.
Yeah.
And you know what else?
Which is a month's worth, I guess.
Yes.
I think this says a bit more, though, is like we're willing to can consistency like we did last week because we'd rather. I mean, would I Saw Comics be like, oh, you know what? We shouldn't release that. It was a little soft.
It's a podcast.
You'd be up with episode 2 if you did that.
Glad you stuck around.
He hates it. He can't take it.
That's the Bucknut's face, isn't it?
He doesn't like it.
Who would?
Hey, sounds good. Glad you stuck around.
It's a podcast. It's free.
Right.
You put it up. You do an episode.
But
they're not all going to be winners, but somebody may see a spark in there somewhere. I'm not going to.
So you would put it up regardless of how awful you thought it might be.
If it was total, even if it was a total train wreck, I put it up so you guys could fucking make fun of it.
We left that.
You are
room.
a company, man. I'll admit that. You would do it.
We were done recording that last week. I walked outside. The first thing Jeff said to me was, "You ain't going to really release that, are you?" That was brutal.
That was rough.
And that's when I got in my head. He was like, "Wow, if he thought that, I wonder how bad it was because it was, and it wasn't bad. It was just, there wasn't a lot of yucks." Q was talking about, a lot of
I thought
his head space.
Just depression and because we didn't know what the fuck it was about. I just assumed that you were having some sort of problem. So it was actually a fairly long defense of him via my own history with depression.
Defense of why he may not have been there that night. Yes.
Yeah. So it wasn't like a hatchet job.
Oh, I didn't think so.
Yeah.
And
people do like to hear that, though.
I guarantee you listen to it, you wouldn't be like, I can't believe they said that.
They were my friends.
Yeah, it wasn't like that at all. But I just felt
like I shouldn't feel as bad as Mike would feel hearing one.
Yes. And he even said, Mike will never hear this. And I was just like, are you crazy? I go, I mean, when I was kidding around. I said, I revealed my fiasco, and I said, I bet you I can count on the ants to not tweet who it was.
Yes.
I haven't seen anything to...
No, I haven't.
Right?
I haven't. That was good.
Do you think if I went on and I requested the ants not contact Mike about this content?
Oh, no. Come on. Yeah, that ain't
Let's see what happens.
That ain't happening. He's gonna...
Let's see what ant breaks out from and then tweets Mike and goes, listen to this week?
Whatever ant does that, she'll get a Sunday Jeff tattoo and a button.
It'll be me.
I was joking.
Fake account.
I was joking. He says he's been listening lately. He had not listened until fairly recently.
To what?
To Tell Him Steve Dave.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mike's
so
listening?
5 years of pods, and he never listened until fairly recently.
I wonder what made him start listening.
I don't know. Maybe.
What do you think his reaction is going to be when he hears that?
I think enough ants were like, did you hear what they said about John Tolstoy? So I hear that shit all the time, though. Like, people will either tweet or email or sometimes they'll be like, you hear what Ming said about you? You hear what Ming said about you? I never fucking go back and look. I don't care.
Like you would care anyways.
Yeah, I could never be bothered with the downloading and then trying to find it and wade through all that fucking storage.
Just to not be mad anyway. Just to be like, okay.
That's funny that they're concerned, though.
Yeah.
I think that's hilarious.
I still don't entirely get the people that don't understand that we're friends.
Oh, it's great. I love it, though. I love it.
It's mostly comic book men people that don't like, if you read some shit
no, there's a
online.
lot of podcast people.
A lot of podcast,
people.
Really?
A lot of people. I see some real angry, like
like I said, you said you've seen like some heinous shit written about it.
Yeah, so weird.
Yeah.
But that's all
They
right.
don't get it. It's all in good. It's all in good fun, and it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be.
Like
taken as
last
serious.
weekend, I was trekking through the woods with the guy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we were.
in a bayou.
Yeah, that's an inside reference you won't get for a couple months. So I had a personal thing going on. That it was literally like because I didn't have the recorder and I knew we would need more than because of what we were doing. We'd need more than just the 4 jacks. So I was going to go home and get it, and then something happened and I was not able to return. But here I am. I'm back and.
In that episode that didn't go out, I'm sure it'll see the light of day somewhere.
Someday.
But I didn't know what your state of mind was, and
I was totally fine.
and
I was totally fine.
I didn't know if we release an episode and you just don't show up, people would be like contacting you, and maybe if it was a bad state, you would have been like having to answer like, "What's wrong, Bri?" and "What happened? Why weren't you in there?" So I was just like, "Fuck it." It wasn't like it was fucking Rumpelstiltskin had sat in and turned it to gold. It was
Right.
It was kind of just dour.
Yeah, like was that? Did you just take a picture?
Took a picture.
Freaking Dick Tracy over there with
Is that a new watch or is that the one they gave
his
you a while
Samsung
ago?
watch.
This is a new one that they gave me. This is
Wow.
his Gear 2.
You like that gadget, huh?
I don't. I never wear it. This is the first time I've really worn it because I was on the motorcycle, so I figured it'd be fun to like take some pictures or some video while I'm driving.
Right.
But I forgot to do that, so I just have the watch on.
You can watch TV on that watch.
No, you can't, but you can take pictures and stuff like that. I don't know.
How much does that watch go for?
I don't know, man. What do you think?
That's like $199, maybe.
Yeah,
it's not
that much.
super. It's not that.
Yeah, I think
much.
like 300 it goes for.
Now you said you had something happen at the mall yesterday that you couldn't wait to tell me on Tell 'em Steve, Dave.
Yeah. I went shopping. Suzanne and I took Sage school shopping. And probably on one of the dumbest days
Labor Day?
go. Labor Day weekend with all the sales. It was a major, I mean, there were so many people there. And I don't like big crowds of people. I can't stand it. So Suzanne, and I don't like to shop for little kid clothes. So I put my headphones on, went to Barnes & Noble, hung out there for a bit. And then when you leave Barnes & Noble and there's like, where Victoria's Secret is in the Monmouth Mall and they have like that area with all those chairs. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I sat there and I was reading for a while. Finally, Suzanne and Sage show up and they're like, okay, we're done, we're ready to go. And I stand up and I turn around and probably 6 to 8 feet away, I'm staring into the face of the Stalker.
Ooh, your Stalker.
Now, this is the first time I've seen her. Any of us, me or Suzanne, have seen her since that night, that first night it happened. People ask out from time to time, what's going on, and I say nothing. I haven't seen her around the complex. Nothing's happened. Nothing's been broken or whatever. And I can see on her face, she's as stunned as I am. That we're like, holy shit! Like, what? That's the person. Mm-hmm. And I turn around to Suzanne, who has already seen her, and she goes, Brian, that's her. I said, I know. I said, let's get the stuff and just go. And the woman goes, hold on a minute. And she's not white. And
Fucking Dollar Shave.
yeah, that's how she talks. I mean, that's just how she talks. And I'm not going to hold out a minute. So we start walking. And we're walking towards the food court. And Suzanne goes, what I hear is Suzanne go, she's reporting us. And I go, what? What are you talking about? For what? And I turn around and she didn't say report. She said record. She's walking next to us with a cell phone, recording us as we're walking. And she's muttering shit that I can't really hear, but she's keeping up. And she starts to record Sage. And I said, don't fucking record her. And I put Sage to the other side of me so she couldn't see her. The woman then gets so close to Suzanne that Suzanne said that she could feel her breath on her neck, but she has the phone that close to her face. She's like putting the phone in her face. Now, my thought is like, I want to just find a security dude and be like, can you tell this person to get away? But I didn't see one, so we had to like turn the corner. You know where customer service is, and there's that security thing. So I walk up to that, and I immediately say to the guy, get this woman away from us. I'm like, she's got something wrong with her. She's a mental case. And the woman then says, and she doesn't say it loudly. It's not like she screamed it. I know. I'm sorry. Before that happened, she still has the record. Like she's still recording me with the phone. And I said, what the fuck are you even recording this for? I said, how about this? How about you're a piece of shit who let your fucking kids get molested and they got taken away by the state? And she goes, they weren't my kids. They were my grandchildren. I said, oh, my bad. Your grandchildren. I said, you're a fucking piece of shit. And, the security guy suddenly says, he comes to me, he goes, hey, he goes, just go over there. And for whatever reason, went after her and like gave her a hard time. Now, as he's giving her a hard time, I just left. I walked away. But I got to tell you, man, it was so difficult to not grab that fucking phone and just fucking throw it against the wall or smash it into the floor. And I felt I would have been within my rights to do it. I called a cop buddy of ours, and I talked to him. I said, here's what I wanted to do. Here's what I did. And what I wanted to do is even worse than you would think in terms of the trouble you can get into.
Really?
He said that if I were to snatch the phone from her, it's a felony theft.
Really?
And yeah, because it's like if she put it down and I pick it up and smash it, then it's a misdemeanor. Now, this is not New Jersey, but it's probably close.
What happens, like, if the phone is so close to Suzanne, what if she just stops and then the woman bumps into her?
That's what I said. I said, what if it hit her? It hit her in the cheek or something. He said at that point, if it hurt her, she's like, ow, she has the right to defend herself. Or I could have stepped in and pinned her to the ground and called policemen. Like she just assaulted, Suzanne. Now, a dude looking like me, going after a 60-year-old woman. I couldn't walk away from that without somebody being like, what the fuck is going on? I'm pinning an old woman to the ground. Yeah. I was really surprised that she didn't play the race card and like just start yelling that I called her, some sort of racist name. And when I said that, when I said, you're a piece of shit, almost conversationally rather than like yelling it to get people's attention, she goes, you're nothing but a child molester. You're nothing but a child molester, because she tried to get us back by reporting us to Davis and shit. So when I got back to town, I called the cops. They said, go back to Eatontown where the mall is, file the report, get the footage. And this coupled with the other stuff could possibly get a stalking charge, because if somebody else, I guess, is trying to
you think she was there
life.
just a coincidence?
I honestly, if you were going to say, like, put your hand on it, I mean, I don't give a fuck about the Bible, but like, I honestly think it was a coincidence. Like, when I looked in her face, she looked just as surprised as I did. But that was the update to the stalker thing at the mall. And I'm like, what the fuck are the chances? I never go to the mall.
So she
never.
doesn't live in the same complex anymore?
I don't know.
You haven't seen her in the
I
complex?
don't. I haven't seen her, no. And I mean, I used to see her. She would get into a taxi a lot. So I don't know. Why would you? I doubt she'd take a taxi to the mall. That's pretty far.
That's the closest mall, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We didn't have that conversation. But I really I was watching an episode of Deadwood, and I said to Troy, our cop buddy, I said, in a little bit over 100 years, it went from like you could fucking blow somebody away in the town square because of something so minor, as long as somebody was there to be like, hey, it was a fair fight.
Right.
To like somebody, because you're in a public place and you have no expectation of privacy, someone can literally hold a phone inches from your face. And if you do anything about it, you touch them, you smash their phone, it's like you're the one in trouble. That to me is fucking insane. That is insane.
Even though they're recording you and doing everything else above against your will?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. That's how paparazzi get away with it.
It doesn't give them a right, though, to do that either. I don't understand why it's... it's still an invasion of your privacy, isn't it?
But that's it. No, it's not, because, like I said, he said that the law states you have no expectation to privacy if you're out in a public place. And I was so close to saying it, but I knew she wouldn't fucking go with it. I was gonna yell like, I would be like, you okay? Are you okay? I'd be like, she just hit her in the eye. And I knew that she would be like, no, she didn't. Like I do say that.
Okay, yeah.
And I even said to her later on, I was going to say that. She goes, I want to know what you were talking about. I wouldn't have. She wouldn't have rolled with it.
Even because what I'm saying, wasn't she recording a child or anything? Does it not also?
Doesn't matter. Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. But like, if I had taken that phone and smashed it, it's not a matter of like, oh, we'll just pay for the phone, which I would have. It's a matter of like, felt like a felony. Mm-hmm. Now he said the judge may have just tossed it because of the prior history, and this woman coming up and doing this shit. But
how many times?
Can't be for sure.
How many times has this happened already?
Well, she's come to the house twice before.
Oh, she's actually come to your house?
Yeah.
You can't file a restraining order?
That's what started the whole thing. Well, the first time around she did it, and we were going to file a report. And when she didn't come back, and a couple of days passed, and I was like, you know what? Let sleeping dogs lie. Let's not do anything about it. But I think we have up to like a year or something crazy, 6 months to file a report. So we're going to file that report tomorrow, go over to Eatontown, file the other report, get the footage, and then I guess it has to go to the judge, and he'll decide whether or not, like a restraining order is put in place, or I don't know. I think restraining orders for personal relationships, and then there's orders of protection or something like that. When I called the police in Highlands yesterday, I told them about the phone thing, and I said, I assume she's trying to provoke me into doing exactly that, smashing her camera. I don't know if she knows I'm on TV. She thinks I got a bunch of money she's going to take, whatever the case. But he said that's not the first time they've gotten reports of her doing that. That's her thing with people that she's, obviously I'm not the only person she's at odds with in town.
I don't like you.
Yeah, so her thing is walking up and recording people like that and trying to provoke them into doing something. And I got to tell you, it almost worked, because I almost fucking took. I can't tell you. I could taste it just taking that phone after, because Sage is very sweet kid, and like she's the lady. The lady has a phone, and God knows how many pictures I've taken of Sage over the years, and other people take of her. So she's like, hi. And I was like, don't talk to her. And then the discussion on the way home was, if you see her around the apartment, don't go near. She's the cuckoo lady. So now she's the cuckoo lady.
That don't make any sense.
But holy fuck, did I wanted to knife her.
So but she would, like, say she was taking pictures of you and Sage or whatever, and actually putting them online. That can't be legal either, without you knowing.
He's in a public place, though.
Yeah, it's all about a public place.
If it's in his house, then he would have an expectation of privacy. But if he's at the mall, anybody can take a picture of him and put it online. I saw a beard guy at the mall today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but of a child, though?
I saw Justin Bieber at the mall today.
I said a child.
Isn't he like 13?
No, that's a baby.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I saw some child star at the mall today.
Well, there was a big thing.
Time.
Dax and Kristen Bell, right? That was their thing. They want to pass laws so that the paparazzi can't take pictures of children, of minors, in public. Then you're changing everything. So why should they just be?
Especially today with all like these sex offenders and everything else that's online. That's the main reason why we see not ever happening. Why it should be illegal, without consent.
But you fucking just hit on something huge there, because a couple, maybe a year ago, I read an article. A convicted sex offender, registered sex offender, was taking pictures of children at a park from a distance, and they couldn't stop him because they're in a public place, and he's enough of it. I guess 100 yards or whatever. He's enough. He has one of those giant fucking lenses.
But what's your intent to do that, though? What's your reasoning for doing that?
If you're a pedophile?
No, I'm saying, are you a professional photographer? Or are you you're sitting in your car. What's your reason? You know, regardless whether it's speculation or not, it's just like, okay, you're a known sex offender. You're in a park. I confiscated a camera and it has all pictures of young children on it. It's not pictures of adults or anything. It's just like, yeah, I think there's a problem, and I think that something should be amended to where they shouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, I agree. You and Doc Shepard and Kristen Bell were all at the same platform going. I know you watched, I don't know if you guys watched Dexter, and you probably didn't. Did you watch the series?
Yeah.
Do you remember the moment when Dexter saw that guy was taking pictures of the little girl? I forget her name. She had an unusual name in the show, but like they were on a beach, and I can't remember the little girl's name.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And Dexter goes to the guy's house, and the guy's like you see, it's a shot over the guy's shoulder, looking at a computer screen, and you see pictures of the girl at the beach. And Dexter walks up behind him, and he has one of those cords, and he just fucking wraps it around his neck, and he just starts choking him to death, and he goes, "I am not like you." And it's such a fucking.
Doesn't he take his milk?
Awesome.
He takes his milk then, right?
Yep,
leaves.
It's such a fucking awesome moment. Yeah, I fucking love that moment. But yeah, so that's the Stalker update, and then there's something else that happened the other day that I can't say who it involves. This is what I was talking about, Q. I told Walt, but there's a person I know who fell behind in their taxes, so they had been making payments. This is not me.
Right. Okay, it's somebody just to clarify.
They had just made a big payment, and they get a phone call. And the person says they're from the IRS, has a bunch of information, and says you're delinquent on your tax payment. And this person was delinquent on the last payment by a couple days.
Right.
So the person on the other end of the phone says someone's going to get back to you. This person says, okay, well, somebody's going to have to call you back. So they call this person back, and they say, if you don't make your payment of $6,000 within, I guess it was 2 hours or something, the sheriff's officer is going to have to come out and arrest you. Now, the person on the other end of the phone knew all the information. The persons knew that they owed taxes, knew how much they owed, knew all this other shit. So they were from the IRS. So it's really the next part I'm about to tell you that would make you say, oh my God, why would you do that? So the person on the other end of the phone says you got to pay up $6,000 within, the couple hours. So the person gets $6,000 out of the bank, proceeds to go to the pharmacy and put the money onto those green dot cards. It's called a green dot. It's a debit card for people who can't get bank accounts, or let's say you don't want a credit card, but you're like, I'll put $1,000 on this green dot card.
Sure, I get the theory.
Right. It's like a debit Visa card. Yeah. And then come back, call us, and read the numbers off.
Oh my God.
To the tune of $6,000. Now, I said to this person,
oh my God,
at the point where they said the only fucking payment they'll accept is from a green dot card.
Right.
Why did you not stop and call someone or demand to have a number to call back?
Right.
They didn't have that answer. So the person turned over $6,000.
Oh God.
And the next day, we're at the FBI. Telling the tale, and it turns out the tale is it's not unheard of. And they were actually able to trace the calls almost immediately back to Pakistan.
Oh, wow.
I guess it's like one of those, like you call a number and then it exchanges into a different number or whatever. What's that called? I can't remember.
It's like switching or spoofing.
Switches,
or I don't know.
Switches. So so this person, and there is fucking nothing you can do.
Just lost the $6,000.
That's it.
Oh.
Because there's a certain number you have to hit in order for it to become a crime, and that's like $250,000. So people are getting I guess, scam. So if someone calls and you're delinquent in your taxes or whatever, or for any reason, and they're like, hey, we only accept Green Dot, it's highly unlikely the government, unless they're in cahoots with Green Dot, is going to accept that as a form of payment. I felt so bad for this person, I can't even tell you.
That's a lot of money.
It is, yeah. That's not a small amount. That's not a couple $100.
Oh.
I was telling Walt the story earlier, and I'm the same way, but he's like, I think I lose a $10 bill. It's like you're ready to walk in front of a tractor trailer. You're so mad at yourself, for being careless like that. 6 G's, holy fuck. All right, hello?
Hi.
Hi, what are you doing?
I'm Dolphin. How are you doing?
I'm thinking about HuluPlus.com.
Yeah, but I don't think it's Yes.
Is that what you're thinking about?
Yeah.
You're thinking about giving it a big fat kiss? Let's give it kisses. Come on. Oh, we love you, HuluPlus.com. You know what's better than giving HuluPlus.com kisses? Watching TV shows on it. You can watch all your shows. Go to HuluPlus.com/TESD. And you can watch all your shows for $7.99 a month.
Yep.
You're going to get 2 weeks free?
Yes.
Just by using that code?
Yep.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Everybody loves it.
Yes.
Kids love it.
Yep.
Old people love it.
Yes.
Doggies love it.
Yep.
Kitties love it.
Yes.
Aliens love it.
Yep.
Zombies love it.
Yes.
Is there anybody who doesn't love it?
Yeah.
Who doesn't love it? Tell me. Tell me their name now.
I don't know. Yeah.
You don't love it?
I don't.
You don't? You don't love it?
I don't.
Oh, you only love me?
Yes.
I love you too. You're my best friend. Next to HuluPlus.com/TESD.
We had an incident on set this week where one of the women who work on our crew is on the phone, and we were hanging out afterwards. Sometimes, you go home after, sometimes you hang out a little bit. And we were just hanging out, and suddenly this woman that works on Impractical Jokers starts crying on the phone and going like, what do you mean? What do you mean? I don't understand what you mean. And so, of course, we all look over, and she's like, I don't understand what you're saying. She's like, my mother's been shot. She goes, my mother's been shot. Wow. And she starts breaking down and panicking. And, of course, we're like, what's going on? And one of the showrunner, this guy named Pete, takes the phone, and he's like, I'm her friend. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And the story being told was that her mother got into a car accident, ruined this guy's car, and he is going to keep her basically hostage, has a gun on her, and he's going to shoot her until the daughter pays for because the mother has no money on her.
Right.
So I have a gun. I'm gonna keep your mother here until you send me the money for the damage to the car. Mm-hmm. Of course, the daughter is going insane, and then somebody
thinking it's true.
Somebody was like, "Why don't you just call your mom on another line?" And she did, and sure enough, her mother's fine. So then Pete, our showrunner, goes pretty cool. He was like, he starts fucking like trying to keep him on the line and talking about it. And then I never saw a switch like this before, but he starts going, he goes, whoa, he goes, whoa. He goes, whoa. He goes, I have your cousin. And now the other guy, like our showrunner says that to the scammer, and the scammer goes, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Oh yeah." He goes, "Your cousin showed up to pick up the money." He goes, "Now I'm in charge, motherfucker," and then just starts going after him. And like then the guy on the other end knew that he was caught, so he started laughing. So it turned into like this weird like jokey phone call. Before you realize, it was like, wait, he just threatened this woman's mother, and like suddenly we're joking around with him. And
how much
like
were they trying to get?
I don't even remember the number. It wasn't that much, but then the guy eventually just hung up. So that's apparently going around.
Like you guys, like the Impractical Jokers, that you guys should be handled in real life crisis. Like you should be handling them the way you guys like with
the negotiators.
Or like anything, I mean, you guys can just make it fun.
Yeah, we had a good time. The Pakistani guy had a good time. Yeah. It wasn't even us. It was a showrunner, and I was in awe of him. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, because I'm sure they're attuned to like if you're calling their bullshit.
Yeah,
they probably have a pretty finely tuned sense of that. So if you're like, where do I meet you? I want to give you the money. They know the cops.
Yeah, they were insisting that she go to a Walmart and get a gift card.
Right.
Yeah. So
isn't it sad that
did the call come up from the stash?
Isn't it sad though that like like with all you hear about scammers, that there's people who are still, they get so stressed out that they fall for it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, like that one. If somebody ever called and said that to me, like, we have your mother, we're going to shoot her because she crashed into my car and doesn't have the money to pay, I would be like, this is the most fucking ridiculous thing I ever heard.
Yeah, right away.
Yeah,
right away.
Yeah, it just wouldn't occur to me to believe it. Yeah, people are scum, man. People are fucking, I mean, not people. Most people are good, and most people.
You're saying Pakistanis are scum?
Saying pretty much Pakistanis are scum. I was surprised that they said Pakistan. I didn't know that was a country known for. I thought it was like Nigeria. I thought Nigeria was
$6,000 tax free. That's like 2 months pay.
Fucking, it's nuts. Yeah.
You hear a lot about Nigeria, right? They have a bad reputation around the world, right?
Sure.
Do you think the laws are strictly enforced in Nigeria?
No, I've seen pictures in Nigeria of like guys with like hyenas like as pets with like those chains around their necks and shit.
You think they get a lot of tourism in Nigeria?
No, I would have to be surprised. Let me see. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to see if there is a Nigerian
like a tourism board
of tourism.
What would it take for you guys? Like the Impractical Jokers tour to Nigeria?
I'll tell you what, we got an offer the other day. There was this, and I'm sure it's very worthwhile.
Up and up.
But we got an offer from this guy in Jerusalem to come out there for like this Jerusalem comedy festival.
Oh yeah.
And it was legit. It's legit. Like I looked it up and stuff like that. But they were like, yeah, and the city could use some laughs. And I was like, going to fucking Jerusalem right now? Aren't they lobbing bombs into the country?
But that's been like the past,
that's
forever.
like
ever since
bombs were invented.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
So you would not go into that country because of the fear of some violence spilling over and affecting the
into
Jokers?
the comedy festival.
Yeah, it sounds like a great ironic target, a comedy festival for a bomb. I'm not doing that.
I'm looking at the Nigerian Board of Tourism. They literally have 3 parks. It's like those parks that you don't even really have to maintain, like Yellowstone or something. Like a little bit of it's maintained and most of it is just wild.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the guys that works there.
It would be, I'm sure it'd be a magical experience. I heard Jerusalem is a unbelievable place, but I'm not
kidding me? Fucking dude, the Israeli girls.
Yeah, come on,
nuts.
dude.
Nuts
I don't
how attractive they are.
I don't care.
It is worth losing a limb.
No.
But what if they guaranteed your safety?
No, how could you guarantee
armed
safety?
security guards for the Jokers?
Now they're shooting planes out of the air with fucking rockets. I wouldn't even make it to the country. I'd just fucking crash in the desert.
It's the Joker's private jet. Like they see it.
It's got a picture of me on like the tail.
Come on, man. They got the Mossad over there, that Krav Maga. You would be fine.
Listen to me. I don't care. It's getting to the point where it's like I don't even want to leave the United States anymore.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm just bunkering down.
What about a USO tour? They want you to go on the USO
that I would
tour.
do.
Yeah.
That I would do. We were asked, and then they were like, you got to. It's weird because the Sullivan and Son guys have done it multiple times, and they say this isn't true. But when we were contacted, they were like, well, do you have a clean act? We don't want any curse words or anything like that for the USO. And I was like, wait, didn't they used to send sluts over there and shit like that? Like,
I mean, but even just recently, like Dave Attell went.
Yeah, that's why I asked Steve Byrne. He said that's not true at all. He goes, it's not. So I don't know who reached out to us.
Is your guy's show very blue?
No. We do have some of it in there in the current version of the show, but
could you take out that?
The next show that we do, there's going to be none of that in
really?
it. Yeah, we're streamlining it because we hear our show's 18+, and we hear all the time like parents watch the show with their kids and they can't bring them, and they're like, "Oh, but we watch the show together." So we were like, "Well, like
let's sell out."
No, I don't know that I was selling out. I think that you sell out the second.
I heard
you
the money you
fucking,
make. I would do the same thing.
Yeah, I think you said no, but it was like it came from a place because we sell out anyway. We sell out theaters anyway, so we don't need it's not like we need to make it available to those
the kiddies.
Yeah, it's just like we heard it so much. These parents saying like we want to bring our kids. It's a family thing that we were like, oh, let's try that.
So you guys, how difficult do you think it'll be for you to catch yourself from not
No, I
cussing?
think it'll be difficult. I don't think it'd be that difficult.
Yeah, what about Q getting wasted on stage? Do you not do that anymore?
I don't really do that anymore because the meet and greets, they're just so hard to do, let alone drunk. It's just like, it's almost impossible.
Oh, I would have thought like being drunk would make it easier.
Nah, you know what? When you're drunk, the thing with the meet and greets is like, I'm always worried about that last person online and how long they're waiting. So if I'm drunk, I could talk to you got one hot chick in there, I'll talk to her for a half hour. So it's not good. So yeah, we try and just keep it professional now.
How do you think Tell 'em Steve Dave would fare like at USO? Because we did something about a USO thing on Comic Book Men this season coming up. And, we were talking about like you say, on one hand, it's like you have fucking Rita Hayworth or fucking Betty Grable or any number of like super hot starlets. Yeah. Jane Mansfield. What'd you say?
I said Bob
Hope.
I didn't know you were going with Starlet.
Bob Hope. Yeah, or you're right. Yes, like comedians, like people you would really want to see. And then who was it that?
It was comic book artists.
It was comic book artists where they would literally sit there on stage and just draw while people watched from a distance.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was in the 50s. That's that was part of the USO tour.
How do I think Tell 'em Steve Dave would?
We'd have to do better than the comic book artists, I'd hope.
It depends on which comic book artist was sent over.
Yeah.
Some of them are superstars.
Yeah. Yeah, like if Alex Ross went over there and painted a painting.
Yeah.
For everybody.
I think that...
I'd still like to think we were more entertaining, though. Unless, like, he has something interesting, like he's an interesting rap in the beginning, and he's like, here's how I paint, whatever.
Yeah. Well, you got to factor in the recognition factor, the ability for someone to sit down who has never heard our podcast or know anything about us. Like, what are they going to get out of it?
Mm-hmm. You would have to.
That guy draws good. It's more entertaining than those three guys.
You know what? I mean, I would think before we went over, we would have to say, all right, well, here is something we've never done before is like, here is an act where like, here's what we're going to talk about. It doesn't call back any references, that kind of thing. Then maybe people would like it. Probably not. Fuck it. We're not going. Are you enough of a patriot you'd go? Get on that plane?
Fly. Yeah, I don't fly. I can't even fly. I can't even imagine the kind of flights that you got to take to get to those.
To get to fucking Iraq.
Desert and shit.
Yeah. B-52, you get strapped in those jump seats.
It'd be pretty stressful to do
that. When we did Walker Stalker, Ming and I in Boston, we met a girl at the hotel, and she was Dubai.
Yes,
that's all. Yeah. That's all she did was fly from Dubai to Boston. Right?
Yeah,
that was
she
her
was
route.
A flight attendant.
Back and forth. Yeah. That's. I mean, how fucking far is that, Dubai to Boston?
It's a long way.
You checking it out, Q?
Yeah, look at it.
Okay,
that's a long flight.
Yeah. Do you fly, right? You don't care about flying?
No.
Did you fly to Dubai?
Yeah, why not?
No. Do some live dollar shave on the USO tour.
13 hours.
13 hours.
14 hours, really.
Round trip?
14 hours.
One way. One way.
Holy fuck.
Wow.
That's a rough job.
Yeah.
I don't know how they don't. She actually said that turbulence is getting worse too, right? She said for some reason she's not. Yeah, and she didn't really know why, but turbulence is getting worse than it used to be. I was talking the other day about somebody about turbulence, about the person who maybe had the worst luck on earth. Like it was a couple of years ago, and they were in the bathroom and they were told to like go sit down. We're going to hit some turbulence, whatever. Put your seatbelt on, and this. I think it was a woman was in the bathroom, and the turbulence was so strong she like shot up and hit her head on the ceiling of the plane. It broke her neck and paralyzed her.
Oh God!
And I guess if you're paralyzed, you can't exactly fucking open the door, so they don't know what the fuck going on in the bathroom. They eventually have to break it down, and then for the rest of the flight, which wasn't that far, but even if it's an hour, you're like, I can't move.
Oh,
am I going to die? What's going on? And, sure enough, she was paralyzed from there on.
That is some shit.
I mean, can you imagine that luck? That's shitty. That's fucking terrible.
Tell Q today. You mentioned something that intrigued me. I don't know if Q has ever heard of it. Ming said he did about a societal thing that happens in Japan or China.
Oh yeah.
Q, what kind of grades did you get in school?
B's.
No A's.
I got an A here in English. I always got A, but I was a solid B student.
How many A's you pull in school?
Maybe 1, 2, science and art. That's it.
These guys are getting hand jobs at best. Then.
Tell them what you heard.
I read, and this was a couple of years ago. I read this, and we must have talked about me and Ming because he remembered it too.
I do remember it. I don't know if we talked about it or if we posted a link.
Wait, is this like mothers blowing their kids?
Yes. You remember
We've
this?
talked about this on the show.
Okay.
We have never talked about Tom Steve
Yeah,
Dave.
we have.
No way. Not a chance.
Yeah.
Maybe you weren't here that
my
week.
memory is spotless. There's not a chance we've ever talked about this.
It's the only place I would have heard it is here.
No way. There's not a chance. So, you believe it to be true?
No, I don't believe it to be true.
You believe it's a myth?
I believe it's a myth. Yeah.
Urban myth? How does that get started?
I mean, these things, it's just racism, bro.
Racist?
No way.
Sure it is.
Okay, well,
The
here's
Japanese are such fucking animals. And that they're blowing their own kids? That's fucking pretty racist.
Dude, if they're going to jap your apple, they're going to blow your kid.
Yeah, I know they jap apples. That I know.
Okay, now this is. Oh wait, I thought this was Snopes. Oh, this is a Snopes message board. I mean, basically, yeah, it's like the idea is that if you were you're a male and you get good grades, all A's, maybe a couple B's in there, that your mother would you would be rewarded by your mother by her giving you a blowjob, which reward is a very strange word to use. I know.
Can I is that racist?
No, that's not racist.
What are you talking about? Of course it is.
The fact that if it's
because you're saying Japanese people.
If it's not true, it's racist. It's a little racist.
Yeah,
because that assumes that Japanese people are into weird shit, and you can pin that on them.
It's something that's done in that.
But it's not done.
If it's true,
is it true, Brian?
If it's true,
it's true.
If it's true, it's not racist.
Well, you've heard of it, Brian.
Japanese are modern society.
Have you heard of this?
Blowing their own kids.
I never heard this either. Well, I thought it was high school kids.
You know what? Somebody, by the way, your tribe fucking, your insistence that tribes in the middle of fucking nowhere have it better than us.
Yes.
Tell them Steve Dave listener, an aunt sent me a link to this tribe, where from age 7 to 17, all the males in the tribe ritualistically have to daily suck an elder member of the tribe's dick.
Suck them off, right?
Yeah.
I've heard that too.
But I bet you it's...
And that's true.
Well, that's like a Muslim thing, too, isn't it?
No, don't say that. Don't say that.
No, I don't mean like the Muslim religion, but there's some Muslim countries where like that's instituted. They're like the boys are kept and they're almost like feminine dancers.
Oh, no, I don't want to talk about Muslims.
But Q.
Japs.
Back to the Japs.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Is it as
what spin are you about to put on this
in that little village as it would be in America? I say it's probably not a big deal, and I bet you.
I'm sure it's normalized.
I bet you it's almost looked upon as like. I hope it's my turn today.
No, they have to all do it every day.
Oh, okay. Well, I bet you it's
not. Wait,
not
the boys
as,
you're talking about?
Yeah, 7-year-old boys have to start sucking like their grandfather's dick in a tribe, and they ain't bathing. They're running around chasing
so the
fucking...
fact that it's a dirty dick makes it much worse.
It's just a giant dirty dick. Every day for 10 years.
Is the Japanese myth true?
I'm having a really hard time finding any information about it.
It's got to be. I guess Q's right.
It can't be true.
Why? Why can't it be? It's like
Japan's a first world country. They're not sucking their kids' dicks for grades.
Oh no, man!
How do you think they get them so high, bro?
Maybe
that's why they're so smart. Yeah.
Why do you think the grade levels are up to where they're at? In America, they're just going down the shitter.
Yeah, man, like in America, they've been erroneously.
We don't care enough in America.
Yeah, they've been erroneously attributing it to would they go to school like more days out of the year than American kids do? It's not about that at all. It's all about the head.
So it's not true, Brian?
I mean, there's nothing here about it.
It can't be true.
Like, what would you Google? It says here.
Yes. Blowing for grades.
It was mentioned that some Japanese women give oral sex to their sons so they can concentrate on their studies. The guy was trying to defend the Japanese and wondered where they got this info. This is from Sternfen Network. Benji said it's something that was documented and they've read, but the guy still yelled at him until Howard hung up on him. But I don't.
But you can't find no documentation.
I don't see any. I mean, there's actually plenty of.
Figure it out.
Are there any Japanese ants out there that can?
There's gotta be. There's gotta be an ant. Can you imagine? Like one of them was like, "Oh, I know it's true for a fact."
But Q, would you throw the grades?
What?
Would you throw the grades, or would you intentionally just get B's if you're like, just like, oh, I'm close to an A, I turn.
It's like not. It's like forced onto me. Like if I get an A, I have to get a blowjob. Like I can't even say no thanks.
That's the deal. Yeah, like wouldn't like kids in mass be failing on purpose? I know I would have.
Oh, that is awful.
That's awful, man. Oh
God.
All right, so Q, you're on record as saying that's racist, huh?
I think it's if it's not pure racism, it's definitely like in a relative way a little bit.
I thought maybe it was like early Japan, like before.
Like feudal time?
Yeah, I thought possibly that we're talking about.
Maybe those Japanese are sick.
Or the 50s and shit, before.
The 50s.
Like only a few decades ago.
People are still alive.
I bet you all the pictures on the honor roll, they all got big smiles, right?
It seems like it's only addressed on like message boards.
Okay. It's not a good sign.
It's got to be one of those urban myths. But you heard it too, right, Bing?
Yeah, I heard it, but I don't know if it's because I listened to Tell 'em Steve.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we talked about it.
We talked about this.
I think we did, dude.
I'm gonna bet big bucks.
Declan will remember,
or somebody else will.
Google had to be another pod.
Here you go. Here's incest in Japan. Google groups, whatever that is. Please say it isn't so. I hear that is common in Japan for mothers to perform oral sex on their sons who are, quote unquote, at that age in order not to be distracted from their homework. Okay, so you suck their cock. You don't even have to get good grades.
No.
All you have to do is
just try.
Maintain them, maybe.
You get head, and then so it's easier for you to chill out and
put you in a calm state.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so horrible.
Let's see what people are saying. I mean, usually it's like these boards. It's like somebody says that, and then it's a ton of racist remarks.
I just picture 1985. You just coming home with your report card, shoving in Edgar's face.
You just looks like I got some relaxation coming to me, old man. On a roll, bitch.
She's just sitting on the bed, like you lock eyes with Edgar and just close the bed.
Guess who's going to Harvard, son?
Or he could be in the tribe. You go the other way.
All right. Well,
it does seem like a lot of the boards.
I knew it had. I didn't think it was true.
Saying it's urban.
I was like, "You're fucking nuts." And I told you were nuts, and you defended it so hard too.
Who, me?
You, yeah.
Well, I defended that I had read it, which I did. I'm not defending that I knew it for a fact.
I think you wanted it to be true. You wanted it to be true so bad. Him. I think he wanted it to be true.
What would I get out of it? I'm not in school anymore.
No, but it's such a weird story that you wanted it to be true. It's cool.
Oh, I'd love for it to be true. That'd be sweet.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so you never heard anything like that when you were in high school?
No.
You know what I was wondering? When you were in high school? You graduated the same year we did, 86.
Mm-hmm.
Was it a big school, big high school?
Pretty decent size.
Because we had like 60 people all in our graduating class.
Oh, we had more than that.
Yeah, I think we had like 500 people total. Did a lot of people die or get pregnant in your while you were from what was it, 9th to 12th?
Yeah, there was some deaths. No real pregnancies in our school. There was some deaths. A lot of the stuff was just like car accident related stuff.
Yeah,
and there was some suicides.
Really?
Wow.
There was some suicides. There was one suicide, but most of them were just like just stupidity, just like car accidents and stuff like that.
What about you?
In high school,
you went to an all boys school. Right?
Yeah, we had I think 2 deaths when I was there. The car accidents, both of them. Anthony, I can't remember his last name anymore. Good kid, nice guy.
Yeah.
It was a loss. It wasn't like a skell kid.
Mm-hmm.
He was driving down.
Nobody cared.
I mean, certain kids aren't a loss, but this kid was a loss, and he was driving down like Main Street, and he got I forget but he went right through the windshield. Ugh. Yeah, it was like a brutal one. So we all felt bad about that.
Was it Japanese?
No, I don't remember any pregnancies. I know one dude died. He had a heart attack while he was playing basketball. That was
in high school.
In high school, yep. He just had a bad heart.
Bad ticker.
And he was one of a set of twins, so that sucked. But.
Was he on the court at the same time?
Yeah.
The twin?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I remember there was, in our school, the entire time we were there, I remember one suicide. It was a girl in 8th grade. And I never found out why, but she did it with a shotgun. What's that?
Really? You could take the name out. Who is it?
Yeah, it was, the girl went down to her grandfather's farm or something for the summer.
Yeah.
And I had heard it was drug problems. I had heard it was boyfriend problems, a bunch of shit. Different reasons, but yeah, I guess she had taken a shotgun and put it in her mouth. Like a little girl, like a little 8th grader. It's fucking grotesque. And then you had the regular, like, there was that one kid who drowned in the reservoir, remember that kid? And then car accidents, and of course. But more people, I think, got pregnant than died. We had a lot of pregnant girls in our class. We're in our, like, going from 7th on to 12th. Fair amount of pregnant girls. Nobody got blown, though, for good grades.
No,
that was the downer.
Not in this country.
Yeah, that was the lame part.
I at work, I saw a few suicides, like going into
coworkers.
No. Yeah, just breaking into apartments and
like people be hanging.
Yeah, we saw a few of those.
Do you read the notes if they left any?
No, it never occurred to us to do that.
Did you wail on them like a piñata?
Yeah, like, look at this pussy.
Speaking of fucking piñatas.
No, it's a weird feeling. Like when you walk in and you're like, holy fuck, like.
There he is. There she is.
There is someone all the way in the end of this hallway just hanging in a room. Like, and you, it's your job to walk down there. Like, it's fucked up.
You had to cut him down?
We helped one down. A lot of you just wait for the cops mainly.
Because their necks are always real stretched.
Yeah, they look real weird.
Yeah, they look like those African women. They like wear those rings on their necks.
It's not that bad. The ones I saw weren't that bad, but yeah, it's like just real discoloration and shit like that. It's gross.
Yeah, I think the only thing I wouldn't be really put off by would be like if an older person, like you go like, oh, they've been dead, like unless they've been dead for like 6 months and nobody knew or cared, that would be kind of sad for them. But an older person, you're like, all right, older people die. But like the car accidents, I remember like this one particular that stuck with me, a car accident you told me about that was like not you, but tried to save like a small child.
Oh yeah, that was a bad one.
Yeah. That was rough hearing it. I can't imagine.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
Being around it. But speaking of piñatas,
we'll talk about the piñata.
I said me and Ming were trekking through the woods last week together. It was because his son had a birthday party, and they did the piñata. You've never seen a fucking piñata like this in your life. Imagine, like, those diamond boxes that, like, this, not the big ones, but like, there's the big one, then the two smaller.
But it was a thick box. It was a very sturdy box.
It was one of those boxes taped up.
So it wasn't even a store-bought piñata?
No, she wanted to make it. It was a Minecraft piñata.
Yeah, it was
she
like
did
Minecraft.
it. My wife's real crafty, so she made it. So it looked good.
His wife throws great kids parties. I'll say that
they're
much.
Spectacular.
Her piñata fucking work. It needs a little bit of tending to. They went through rotation of like, how many kids were at that party? Like 10? Like 3 times. They couldn't make a fucking dent in the thing. Even Ming was hit. And
at the end I was hitting it. And at the end we were like, why didn't we let Brian take a whack at this?
Try this machete instead.
A machete wouldn't even worked.
Oh, half the party was dedicated to try to bust this fucking piñata apart. And then they broke it, like, I guess his wife had gone to the trouble of like all these individual little packets of like cookies and like
pretzels,
all kinds of powderized because
It was pulverized.
by the time it opened,
Yeah, we
it
just
was
at the end we just ripped it open so all the kids could get everything. And I look in there, everything's just like powder.
And kids are scrambling. They're like kicking it all over the ground, like just looking for the shit that wasn't
They just
destroyed.
want the stuff. Like I didn't know we had hit it that hard, but we had pulverized everything in there.
Yeah, everything inside was fucked up.
But fun party though.
Yeah.
In my old apartment, we used to have a piñata at some of those big Barbie. Remember those huge parties I used to throw? Yeah. And we used to fill them with condoms. And like condoms and like Smarties. And then like we would have...
That's awesome.
We would break them. And there's just like the condoms and Smarties would go everywhere. And the girls who went for the condoms, like, I was like, all right.
Yeah. Oh, that's how you knew?
Yeah, we're getting late tonight.
They went for Smarty. You knew it wasn't.
If I knew it was Smarty, I didn't even waste my time. But if I saw a girl driving for a condom, I'd be like, "Can I get you a beer?"
Yeah.
Well, and this like I had a pimp setup too. Like
this was a technique that you actually used.
Oh no, we just did it one year, and then it just like worked out. So then we did it every year.
Oh, man,
I had the whole third floor of this house to myself. It was like one giant loft.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, like at parties, we'd have like the main party in the yard and thing, and then my loft would be like the little private area.
Lion's Den?
Yeah.
It's like, yo, where's Q? No, he's up. He's upstairs.
Oh, you broke that.
Right.
You broke that. Oh, you got that
That's
condom.
why there's all these Smarties around.
Because then you could just make jokes like, oh, you got those condoms. You want to use them? Oh, no? Okay, well, here. Have a drink.
A drink.
Yeah.
You were up in that loft, Meg.
I was.
Yeah.
I was. Me and my wife. You were up there.
Yeah, well, that was a Halloween party. We had a good one up there.
Good blowouts, man.
Do we have any good parties ahead of us, Walt?
Left in our lifetimes?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's one big shindig left in you. You know, I don't know when it'll be, but I bet you got one left in you where you're going to really, really party it out.
One big blowout,
or maybe like a bunch of real shitty parties left in you.
Yeah, that will add up to like a mediocre party. Nice. All right. Well, I look forward to that. What else we got for this week? Nothing on your mind Sunday, Jeff. You've been awfully quiet.
Didn't you go away on vacation?
Yeah.
How was your vacation?
It wasn't bad.
Yeah, I heard you went to AC.
Went to AC.
Did you win any money?
Yes, I did.
How much? 500, huh?
5,000?
You won $5,000?
$5 bills?
I got.
She's got it? You got it on you?
No, I don't have it, but I have the W-2 statement.
Playing what? Wait,
wow.
W-2 statement? What are you talking about?
When they give it to you, you got to do the thing for taxes, so I don't pay $6,000.
Well, it's up to $10,000, but anything below $10,000, they shouldn't be reporting.
$5,017, right?
Wow, dude!
Slot machine.
How's
slot
he not
machine
posting about that? Wow. You play a slot machine and won $5,000.
No, man. If I could respect him, respect his money, man.
What machine was it?
Damn, I forgot that.
Willy Wonka made $5,000. Holy shit!
Nice. What, a one pull?
Sunday Jeff was calling from Pakistan.
He has the IRS forms and everything. I was like, why is that person's name on it?
I didn't even know I won. I tell you, because all these machines are crazy. I mean, if you've been down the lake, so you see all these machines.
Yeah, I played the Back to the Future one the other day.
I played that one. I can't understand it. It's got freaking 16 grids on there.
Just go and I'm just almost like in like epilepsy watching all these lights go off. So I pull. You don't even pull the handles; you got the buttons. And I put $20 in. And about $10 later, they go into these bonus rounds. You know, and whatever these. At the end of the movie, they had the elevator that goes up. Well, you had 3 elevators, then it spins through all this other stuff. Then he opens up a ticket.
Yeah.
Like he opens up an actual ticket. And if you get the golden ticket, it was the game. I didn't know this. So I thought the game was over. So he opens up thing, got the ticket, that was over. All of a sudden, the machine just started going nuts. It just started ringing up all this different thing. It goes right to whatever, and it says call attendant. And I look over, it's here. Got the picture right here. I actually took the picture last night.
Attendant comes over.
And they grabs you. They need identification from you. They needed a bunch of other information. Gave them your driver's license.
I know what they can't.
It's fucked up that they charge you taxes.
Oh, yeah. Look at you.
Yeah, they hand you cash?
Yeah.
You handed cash.
That was the real scary thing. It was like somebody, people are looking at it, it's like, that ain't bad.
Let me see.
And then they give you the. So she's over there. She comes up and it's wrapped. All the hundreds are wrapped in a $5,000 thing, and she's just sitting there counting you in front of you, and like all these casino people.
Yeah, it's a kind of a show. It's a show.
It's just
he was paid in green dot
cards. I was like,
So it must have been a nice vacation then, huh?
Yeah, it was. That was last
Didn't I
night.
hear you bitching about how expensive the rooms were? You fucking son of a bitch.
No, it wasn't expensive.
Like I heard you before. Wasn't he bitching to you about all the rooms?
No. He said he got a room for
Lancaster. At Harris, I paid $19 last night.
Yeah,
I paid $20.
he got a room for $20. For a big
What were you
roller
complaining
over
about
here.
expensive rooms, though? About last year they were cheaper?
They were like $78 in the same hotel that we were going to stay again this year in Lancaster. It wound up doubling, $160 a night. I mean, that's quite a bit for.
What are you going to Lancaster for? What's there?
My kid likes it. We went to Dutch Wonderland last year. Went to Hershey Park.
That's where we went.
We've been there.
Went to Hershey Park. Actually, my kid.
Yeah, we've actually been there.
But it was.
I think I was bitching too about the room rates. So I feel you, Sunday Jeff. Not anymore.
We stayed at Ocean City. This is again before the AC was the last trip.
You're like fucking Fonzie and shit.
Hey.
You know, he just plays it once and he wins.
No, and he's cool about it too. He doesn't even say anything. Like the second I won. I'd text you. I would be like, you guys won't believe what happened.
Yeah, you know I'm tweeting that shit.
Oh, yeah. How many Instagrams of that?
I know, right? It's like piles of cash.
When I went yesterday, I really didn't think I won. I mean, it was just, I thought the machine was broken. I thought it was just over. And then, the lady
they should have just ran with it. They're like,
I'm like, why? You just won $5,000.
Right, so hold on. You win $5,000 in cash Labor Day. No banks are open. What do you do with the money? How do you get it back? You got to be nervous.
Nah. Well, I'm nervous that they're sitting there giving it to me and right in the middle. It's almost like a
right. Just put it in your wallet and be like, I won't lose this.
Walk to the room. Well, the rooms have safes in them if you want to keep it in.
Okay, you put it in the safe.
You put it in the safe in the room. You know.
All right.
And now, what's the money earmarked for? Anything special, or you just
maybe future vacation someplace?
No. We
some fucking Lancaster action next year.
Any kind of money.
We have a sideshow premium format Gladiator Hulk statue that just came in. $5.99.
No, that's it.
Yeah, that'll cover his Blu-ray bill for the year.
Usually, my wife. It's a lot of fucking Blu-rays. Usually, my wife is the one that has all the luck. I might as well just go in there with a black cat underneath my fucking arm, underneath the ladder. It's just I'm never ever good into legs.
You're lucky, man.
Now, when it comes to gambling or any of that stuff, it's just like
you just won $5,000. You can't still be singing that song.
Now I can't no more, but I'm saying in the past I might as well just give my money to the security guard before I even step foot on the casino floor. It's just the way it was, But this time, and my wife was in just such awe. She's just like, it's almost like, how'd you win that? You never win.
How'd you win that $5,000?
It's like I'm supposed to win.
She was mad.
You never win.
Mad?
No, not mad. I mean, obviously, why would she be mad? There's no reason why she should be mad. Just in a state of shock, because I mean, it's like those kind of winnings aren't common. You usually a couple $100. I mean, we were there. I was there this morning and on the way back, and it was like almost. We were sitting next to a guy. Guy won almost $1,000 on the slot machine. So I guess that's where you really can win. I mean, the tables now are $15, $25. I'm not playing no tables at that kind of price, man. And it's
would you worry about Sunday Jeff? Like he wins the $5,000. Like could he get carried away?
Fever.
No, not me, man.
But he has a tendency to go overboard with things.
If you're playing for those, if you're playing for like movies and shit, I might be a little bit hard on the table. But I'm saying, fly me in, high roller and shit. But I was watching the poker. The poker's insane. How the deals just. I mean, they're not even looking, man. They look like. Just like
they're machines,
just putting stuff. It's like you don't even know what cards you got. The same thing with the people on actually the slot machines. They're just like all these people are just like mindless, man. Just cigarettes hanging out of their mouth, pressing buttons.
Yep.
It's just like almost like they're all zombies, man. It's like they're not even paying attention.
But they are. They're not. They're mummies. It's like everybody there is like 80 or over. They're just
crazy,
like I've got like I worked my entire life to save up all this money.
Right.
Now I have no friends because they all died.
I'm just gonna spend
I got
it.
nothing to do with it, so I guess I'll just sit here and fucking pump it into a machine, and maybe I'll win more. I don't know.
But health-wise,
even if I won more, I don't know what I'd do with it.
You see so many people that are just like, I mean, on those carts, and they got oxygen tanks on them, and they're just like, dude, you should not be doing this. You should be someplace else.
I'm like, leave me alone.
Let me lose in peace.
Oh, so this is going to start you now? I mean, you're like James Bond and shit.
Now he's going to be going to Vegas. He's going to be going
James
to...
Bond.
Yeah, you get comps.
Spend the money wisely, Mr. Bond.
Yeah, did you dress up like fancy in a tux?
No, this is exactly how I was.
Yeah.
Wow.
Private jet. Yeah, they came over and like it was on a plate, and I just signed for it and shit. And just sent it back to them.
What else
like,
did
give
you
me
do
credit.
besides gamble?
Went to Ocean City. That was nice. I've never been down there before.
Anything good happened down there?
Just spent time with the family. Played a lot of miniature golf, man. My kid's on this miniature golf kit.
You brought your daughter with you to Atlantic City?
No. We went to Ocean City, and then we went to Atlantic City.
Oh, okay.
We went back there. So somebody was watching my kid.
Miniature golf blows, right?
No, my kid loves it, man. We played it.
Yeah, kids can
Personally.
Actually, I like it too. I like
mini golf.
You know why? You know how I am with miniature golf. I like to either play it or burn it. So it's one of the two. But we played the haunted one. The haunted one was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it had this other thing in there that was pretty cool. It was almost like a simulation of being buried.
What the fuck?
Like you get
in a mini golf
they simulate you being buried. It's fucking strange.
In a mini golf course?
No, not mini golf. This was like a place that was next to it. It's like, hop into that coffin. Just to lower you down.
It's like a ride?
I don't know. I was going in it. It was like $20 or whatever to go like some virtual coffin.
So you paid $20. It's so weird because it just went from mini golf to like
it was so close to it. It was right next door.
It was a ride. It was like a different attraction.
I don't. Yeah, it wasn't part of this, but it was next. It was right next door.
Buried alive, and you paid $20 for the experience.
You had $5,000. Why don't you take a shot at it?
No, this is before that. Yeah, I'm so because eventually we're going to find out exactly what it's like. You don't have to worry about it.
I would not want to do that.
No.
No.
Can you imagine just feeling like the padding, and it's like, oh shit, it's for fucking real. They're actually putting me in the fucking ground. They took my $20 and threw me in the fucking ground. For real.
Yeah. Being buried alive is one of those things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that and being burnt, man. I think that's got to be one of the worst experiences, being burnt. Burnt alive.
So Sunday, Jeff.
It was a festive weekend.
You got any vacation plans coming up, Q, now that you're ending shooting? No?
No, not really. We're just going on tour.
How long's the tour?
2.5 weeks, 3 weeks almost.
Well, that's almost like a vacation, right?
That's the Jerusalem tour you're talking about?
It's not like you're not going to have any days set aside where you can sightsee while you're in different cities?
I do have one day.
Virtually buried alive.
One day going to Deadwood.
Get out, yeah?
Oh, Ghost Town?
No, it's a thriving city, Deadwood.
Yeah. I've been there.
Yeah, is it cool?
Yeah.
I heard it's like kitschy and cool.
It's kind of touristy.
Yeah, I'm all right with that.
What state is that in?
There's some cool stuff in it that you'll like for sure. It's like Tombstone. If you like Tombstone,
Yeah.
I would say it's maybe even a little bit better than Tombstone.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, Tombstone's a lot of fun.
What state is it in?
What, South Dakota?
South Dakota, yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Black Hills. Yeah, it's a real nice, like, I guess, are you guys on a tour bus?
Yeah, we're on a tour bus.
Yeah, like you go through the Black Hills to get.
Yeah, that'll be cool. So I'm looking forward to that.
You worried too much time on a bus with the guys?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're shooting a documentary on the bus, too, so it's like there's going to be cameras in our face the whole time.
Oof.
I know.
When are you going to release the documentary?
I don't know. I don't know what the plan is. They're going to air it on True. I like a cut of it, and I think there's going to be an extended version of it for like Netflix or something like that.
Oh, this guy.
Wow. You mean you guys got to amp it up then, right? Because I mean, we took a bus tour.
I slept the whole time.
Yeah, I was just like, you really weren't that engaging. If there was cameras on that, I don't think you got up for like 4 straight days.
No, like one point
It was fucked up how much he slept, right?
I slept for like 18 hours at one point.
Wow.
That bus rocking just puts me right to
Got
sleep.
nervous for you.
Yeah.
So you have to maybe amp it up for a little bit of drama.
I'll do a lot of coke. Yeah, I'll just like do a lot of rip lines of coke and just get ready.
There's got to be something, right? Like, like there's got to be some sort of
for something. To show it. They don't want to just show you guys sleep.
like they're going to play jokes on you. Like Murray's going to punch you in the balls while you're
They
sleeping.
better not. I don't know. We'll see.
That you guys don't have that jackass flavor, really.
No,
So I can't imagine
We're
those
too
sort of
old
high
for
drinks.
that. I'm sure it'll be fun. It'll be fun. I'm looking forward to having the experience with my friends. So Is that it's just waiting for the season to end, so I can just get a break, which is in 2 days from now. So it's all right.
Nice.
2 more days of shooting.
Let's say that we got.
That's mellow. Yeah, take your time.
Let's say it was a 2-week comic book men bus tour, right?
Ooh.
And they want to shoot a documentary.
Right. You know what? They wouldn't want.
What's your number?
They really wouldn't want the real footage, though.
No, they wouldn't.
No.
They really wouldn't want the footage of the real conversations that would probably spill out of that tour.
Yeah.
Right.
Mike probably murdering the fucking bus driver like within the first day.
Right. I think that they would expect.
They would be it's unusable. Oh, they would just want you to talk about comic book shit the entire time.
Yeah.
Like, well, what would you do about fucking Superman and the Hulk had a fight?
Who's a better bus driver?
Take a bus trip across the country instead of fly.
Yeah.
I think it would happen.
Mm-hmm. I think it would go something like this.
All right, so I can't wait for that documentary. I'm actually interested.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I don't know.
I want to see how. I got to see what.
Should be great. We'll see what happens.
I want to hear a discussion on Japanese moms blowing their sons.
That's not
if I hear that,
it's
it's time well worth. It's time well
That's
spent.
not what people turn to the Impractical Jokers for.
Yeah. Is this the clean tour? This is going to be the clean kitty tour?
This is the end of the dirty tour. But
the dirty tour, like
the naughty boys
live crew over there.
I saw
Luke Skywalker.
Motley Crue in concert this week.
You?
Yes, their farewell tour.
Do you believe it?
They're in their 60s. One of them is in their mid 60s. So
but,
yeah.
I mean, as soon as the IRS comes calling, they got to go back on tour again.
Well, whatever.
I heard they sent documentation saying that this was indeed the last one. Is that
what kind of documentation?
Yeah,
is
like
that?
to who?
Saying that they. I don't know. That's what I heard.
They legally can't come back.
That's what I heard.
So
Look it up. I don't know.
I don't think it's going to be the last tour, and I'll tell you what, it shouldn't be the last tour. They were fucking good.
Yeah.
They were, and I'm not even a big Motley Crue guy. Like, that was like one band that for whatever reason just kind of, I know their popular songs like everybody does, but I don't really know too much about
You know
them.
the deep tracks?
Nah, I don't know the deep tracks, and I never even liked I never was even a big fan of their public persona.
No,
you know what I mean?
I thought you would love that, man. They fucking banged.
Partying, drinking, chicks.
Well, you remember, their early persona was all about. They were almost glam. They had a lot of makeup on.
Yeah.
But they contrasted that with the devil stuff, like the satanic shit.
Only for that one album.
Yeah.
But what was it about their persona that you didn't like? I mean, they rode motorcycles. They were bad boys.
Yeah, but it never seemed like. It always seemed kind of cheesy to me. Like I never looked at them
I bet you they were legit.
I'll bet you they were authentic.
Yeah. I'm sure they were, but at the time I was just like, it looked so cheesy with all the spandex and shit like that they were wearing and stuff. It just wasn't my thing. Glam rock was never my thing,
right?
And they dabbled a little bit into that. But
what made you go see them?
I went.
How do I phrase
this?
Why?
Well, the same reason I went to go see Maroon 5 because somebody wants to go, so I say yes.
Really?
So I went, and they were fucking awesome. They were legitimately awesome, man. I knew they played every song that you want to hear. I knew every song they played, which means that they were only playing the hits.
Right.
And they are so into it, man. And like
who opened?
Alice Cooper.
Oh wow, you saw a good.
Did you see PNC?
What's up, PNC?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So it was Alice Cooper and then they came on, and it is such everything that I didn't appreciate about it, I appreciate it now. It was such an 80s fucking, like, they had just girls in fishnets coming out and dancing, and like fucking they just had like the stage show had fire and explosions and like laser light, and who's the fucking is it Nikki Sixx his mic, well, you would have loved it, is like comes down from the ceiling, right? And it looks like something from Willy Wonka. It's like this pipe that comes down, and in the middle of the pipe is a giant pentagram. And then at one point, like this is what I'm saying, this is why the show is awesome. His fucking guitar starts shooting fireballs, right? So he aims it at the pentagram, hits the pentagram with a fireball. The fucking mic thing explodes up, and then all of a sudden there's a flaming pentagram above the stage, and they're fucking singing "Girls, Girls." It was like a real like.
It's real close to Ace, right? Like what Ace used to do with his.
Yeah, Ace really did that too.
Yeah, it was fucking. It was a throwback
Alice
show.
Cooper?
He was good.
Yeah.
He was good. Yeah, it was Alice Cooper. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I mean, the crowd was all people like dressed up like the mid 80s. Like they got into it. I really had a good time. At the show.
How's Mick Mars looking? I saw him a couple years ago. He looked like an alien.
He's the oldest guy.
He looks like they transfer him from show to show in a coffin, and he just rises up because
because
he wears the hat low, a top hat low, and like a cloak, and he's in all black, and he's
very pale too.
Yeah, and he doesn't talk.
He looks like from the Munsters, Zombo.
I don't remember that, but it sounds right.
It's Eddie's toy, right?
Yeah.
Was it Zombo?
It was Zombo. No, it was
the host.
Oh, the host, right? Yeah, the host.
That Eddie Munster was into.
He looks pretty fucked up. But it was good. It was a great show. I heartily recommend catching it if you can.
Because this is their last tour.
This is it.
So if you're gonna you do it now or forever,
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's fucking gruesome looking. I forgot
he looks. Yeah, he looks.
No, that's Zombo.
No, that's Zombo.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, Vic Marsh.
That's probably. That's
I love
pretty
the
much.
stars and the half moons on the hat, though, right?
Yeah, it was a good show. So I recommend that.
And the tour begins when?
September 19th, we're in Syracuse, New York, and then we're driving cross country on the bus, and we end up in Vegas, October, I think, 4th.
Wow.
This could
Nice.
put into question. This cause brings up a very good point.
What's that?
The consistency. The
gonna be gone.
consistency that Ming has brought up as being being the one thing that he has over us.
Well, I'll tell you what. What do you got? Is that Mars?
Yeah.
He's wacky looking, man.
Yeah, that's it.
Will there
It
be
looks like
some,
you got osteoporosis too.
will there be some issues with the Tell 'em Steve Dave or next week maybe do a twofer?
Well, I don't want to say this, but I think I'm flying home one of the days. So if that's the case, I'll come. I'll spend time. I'll come down here and we'll do an episode.
Fuck you, Ming.
Hasn't happened yet.
Middle finger.
Hasn't
I'm
happened
home
yet.
for 20. I'm home for 24 hours.
Hold on. Let's see what happens.
I
See
will.
what happens.
I will.
I'm not holding anybody to anything. I'm not holding anybody to anything.
All right, man. Before we
You want
go,
to give me back a few? Come on back and do it. I as your number as when a lot of people don't know this, as TSD's number one fan, I would welcome this.
all right, and before we go, we promise some dueling.
Droopy Dog.
Dogs.
Yeah.
Let's pull a
You want me to
Droopy
go
Dog and
first?
see if we can. Yeah, you do yours, and then let's see what can top it.
All right, Son of Jeff. I don't know if you got this. Like I
Close
do.
your eyes and
All right,
hear.
and
hear
imagine,
this
if
Droopy
you will,
Dog, because
Droopy
I
Dog.
wonder if it even is Droopy Dog.
Oh dear. Oh dear, Sunday Jeff. Oh dear.
Is that Droopy Dog? What is that? Right?
I don't know. It sounds like somebody going in convulsions.
Wow, he's ridiculed him
back.
as many times as you stood up for him.
No, nobody cares. Nobody ever cares.
Oh dear, as Droopy Dog would say it.
Oh dear.
He's got it, right?
Oh dear.
Yes, that's pretty close.
Oh dear.
I can't believe you unveiled Popeye today, too.
I know.
It's just like,
What else you got before I go? Give us one to send us out that no one's ever.
Do you have any
heard before.
Simpsons characters?
Simpsons are tough to do.
Do you like Barney?
Can you do Heckle or Jekyll?
Yeah,
Woody
I really watch
Woodpecker?
them.
You got to laugh?
Never tried Woody Woodpecker.
is that?
Yeah, it's like
Pee-wee.
Krusty, too.
Sound like Pee Wee.
That was like Krusty the Clown. That was good.
Rusty the Clown.
There you go.
Oh, brother.
Oh, shit, he's good.
Got Rich Little over here. I love it.
Dear, I think I've been defeated.
Bested.
Oh,
Should have
dear.
let him win. He's kind of been down.
You
Yeah.
win 5 G's
Yeah,
like
thanks.
you.
Yeah, I know. You could have.
Yeah, he's going on a bus. They'll have a good time.
You win 5K and you can't let the fucking star Tell him Steve Dave win.
I'm going to go home and hang myself now.
Tell him Steve Dave.
This has been a production of Smodco Internet Radio. Sir, only at smodcast.com.